Alright, I think I'm about ready to start. So, hello everyone. It's hopefully this is the time where we actually get to keep back at this, huh? Wouldn't that be nice? So, yeah, I'm back to the streaming. It's lovely to see you all. Crazy Star, Diamond Steve 193. It's lovely to have you all here tonight in this fine time zone. But yeah, we're going to be doing some drawing tonight. I just feel like doing a small doodling stream just to get back into things because, oh boy, I've missed hanging out and drawing with everyone. Alright, so what we're doing tonight is I saw this on another Discord. How am I coming in, by the way? Am I coming in all right? So I'm just I saw this pop up on another Discord. So it's just like draw a character you like. So I've got recent favorite comfort character by design and whatnot. And I just thought this would be really fun to just do like some small doodles just to get back into things because we've been gone for a while. And hello Kaito for joining as well. So yeah, we've got 4 characters for this. So we've got Ogre Cap, Pit or Mega Man, Cat, Mila Maxwell, Majima, and Silver. So those are our targets to try and draw for tonight. I don't know if I'll get through all of them, but I just really want to frickin' draw. So how about we get stuck right into it? I'm gonna start with, I'm gonna do them in order. So we'll go like obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if you can even see my cursor. So we're gonna start with Ogre Cat, which has been a sort of a recent thing I've been enjoying a lot recently, which is Uma Musume. I've been really enjoying that Steam game they put out on recently with like the gacha game. I don't quite understand it fully, but I just like really been really enjoying the characters and whatnot. And currently, of them all, Oguri Cap is my favorite because she's fun. I need to watch the anime she's part of as well at some point. This is bad because I don't really. Well, I guess I do have some idea of the kind of pose I want to do. I want to do eating because that's one of the things she's really well known for. She hongi a lot of the time. So how is everyone doing this fine respective time zone? It's nice to be back. And hopefully it sticks this time and I don't like do 2 streams and then oh we're gone again because of life. So I hope everyone is doing well. Let's yap and catch up, as they say. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing alright. I've had a fairly pleasant day out today, so I've been seeing a lot of friends. I'm drawing while watching. Ooh, indeed. Be nice to see you. We're looking forward to what you work on, Kaito, because your art is always really, really good. Yeah, given the chopsticks and yet. Here you go. Just got done with my art flats on taking a break. Oh, lovely. That's nice. Right. I'm probably just going to be doing like up to the waist for these doodles. Stuffing her face, vintage Ogre Cap. Indeed, indeed. You can't not draw her eating, because it's like one of her few things she's really good with. She hongi. So yeah, just gonna doodle and hopefully yap with folks who pop into the chat because I've missed this. I've missed these nice peaceful nights, just enjoying my time with folks. I got a cousin who's a Newman fan and his favorites are great. Exquisite taste. Exquisite taste indeed. And she's got like long, puff out her cheeks a little bit because she's eating something. Hello, Spectrion. Lovely to have you here. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us on this fine respective time zone. We're currently drawing a horse girl. Haunts indeed. is a little bit further from us. She's got a cowlick. Always love it when the character has the cowlick. Oh yeah, I have a friend whose fave rumors are great. Well, we are full. We are learning to know a lot of people who have amazing taste. I like Ogre Kep a lot. I wish I had her though. I want to unlock her so bad. They're playing a cosplay. Oh, that'll be awesome. I hope they do well with it because that would be really cool to see. I have just realized upon doing this post, I have no freaking clue how to draw someone wielding chopsticks. Oh, the joys of art. The joys of art. You can tell I have not been. Did you see any of the Ogre? I did see a couple of them, and I was so nervous to like ask for photos and whatnot because I was obviously because it was about that time that I was separated from everyone. Yeah, oh yeah, I guess that's something I did while away from this. I was at MCM this past weekend. It was really nice. It was very motivating to get back into like the art kick and start making some like big art pieces to hopefully make us prints one day because that's something I'm sort of trying to get the ball rolling on if I can. Maybe I'll do some of those on a stream because that would be really fun to do. It was fun. It was so fun. I'm glad we got to meet up for a little bit, Kaio, even though we spent most of that con getting separated from our group. MCM is always such a motivation booster art-wise. It is, it really is. I've neglected to put on her hair accessory. Hello, Ashley. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you on this fine evening. Or respective time zone. It's for cosplay too. Yeah, it's just a very creatively motivating little thing. It was nice to share that with some friends. That does not fun. Uh, it was less separated, more like we were all there, but like we met up occasionally and then got separated because we all. It's always just like what it is. You get separated because you all see things you really wanted to see. I wasn't there because I was too busy for me, but I should be going, oh, the one in Birmingham, I've always wanted to go to that one. I hope you have fun with it. I think that's about enough for a sketch at the minute. Just gotta. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you have any questions or all, please feel free to leave them in the chat. It's been quite a while since I've talked, obviously, with folks around here, so it'd be nice to chat and just relive things. I'll have to meet up with y'all one of these days. One day, Ashley, we'll get you there. One day, Ashley, we'll get you over here in the UK, in the England. Friday was busy. Oh god, I realize now I really can't do Saturday cons. I just don't have the energy for it anymore. It's just far too much. Especially when you're also like trying to see everything and you just don't get the chance to because like it's heaving constantly and you're just like bombarded. I have no idea if this is even a good post for. I have no idea if I'm doing that well, right. This is what I get for trying to draw a pose with chopsticks, despite not even knowing how to draw use chopsticks myself. We got the sentence out eventually, folks. It's okay. I'll hide them behind the croquette. Genius. We simply hide them behind the croquette. It's some like crispiness to it. Sundays and Fridays are usually the best since there's a lot of artists to put their work on sale too. Yeah, that's always cool. Yeah. Yes, that's my pro game move. Hide the chopsticks behind the croquette so no one can see I don't know how to draw the pose at all. Draw like she's got like breadcrumbs and bits all over her face. Mm-hmm. And again, a nose. No, she hungry. No, I don't actually. She has noticed you. Yeah, it's just nice to draw again because I haven't really been drawing much after MCM, which as much as I wanted to. Just been really tired as a lot. Is like plus I've also been on the lookout for jobs again now that my seasonal position's finished, which you can imagine is rather demotivating. It's just like you finally have all the free time to do all that stuff you wanted to do while you were working, and then you just like everything flatlines and you just have no motivation to do anything whatsoever. But hey, at least you can finally tackle your video game backlog, which I guess has been something I've done at least. Mainly just a lot of Legends ZA though, which is nice because Legends ZA was really good. I still have some of the post game on that to finish though as well. Legends ZA was so fun. It was, yeah. I really enjoyed the more kinetic style that the battles have in that game. It makes for such a refreshing experience. And I hope that whatever comes of like Gen 10 potentially next year, as far as we know. I'm not sure I liked it as much as Arceus. Yeah, I think there are some areas I liked more about. There are definitely two games that I enjoy for different reasons. ZA fixes a lot of the problems I had with Legends Arceus, where like there was no real reason. It never felt like there was a reason to train up your Pokemon because there was like never any battles, and any battles that were in the game were just really easy. Aside from like right at the very end where the game is just suddenly like difficulty spike, be murdered, which I guess makes sense with how Gen 4 is a lot of that as well. I heard a lot of good things about it. The only bad things I have is it's about the fun. Yeah, I will admit, yeah, the game could stand to look nicer considering we're now on Switch 2 and have much nicer hardware. But at the same time, it's like I think people saying that the game is terrible just because some of the aesthetic isn't great is such a over bloated. It's like going into the game to going into the game to hate it rather than to hopefully be proven wrong. That's what it feels like 90% of the time with a lot of the quote unquote criticism with modern Pokemon. Not to say there isn't some legit, but it also comes across as very. A lot of the people that criticize are just very immature at some points. I wish the news was a bit more dense. Yeah. I was showing my dad the game earlier, and he basically said, if you don't like the flat buildings, go outside and look at real buildings. This implies Pokemon fans go outside. I wish they kept the cell shading. I agree. I like the cell shading. Yeah. Hmm. I can confirm they do not exactly. I should know. I'm one of them. I only ever go outside if it's required. This is a joke. Do not take things the streamer says literally, please. Yeah, it's been a lot of playing that. I've been playing a lot of Cross Worlds as well. I do think the models are a little bit more saturated. Yeah, yeah, they have a lot. The colors in Legend of ZA look a lot nicer as well. Whereas in like Gens 7 through 8, they always some of the colors looked a bit blanched. I like the art style. The characters feel like the right balance between how they did them in Legends Arceus and SV. I agree. Yeah, yeah. The character models in that game look great, as well as the character animations. They're definitely finally finding like the right. This is how Pokemon should look in HD, and it makes me excited for what Gen 10 is gonna look like eventually. And by eventually, I mean probably next year, like announced the same time as when that is when Legend ZA DLC gets revealed to be coming out. That is one thing I will agree with the criticisms. Like they shouldn't have been announcing DLC for that game before the game was even out. That is a legit criticism I will absolutely agree with. And it was a problem I had with Sonic Racing Crossworlds as well, where like a lot of the DLC they showed off didn't look great until like the very end of the revealing of the DLC. So yeah, I can agree with some of the criticisms, but it's like I enjoy the game enough to overlook most of it. Like it does what it does really really well, and while there are some things I wish it did better, there I can't really fault what it does good. Yeah, Day One DLC has become an issue with everything, or just like announcing like a season pass and such like that before the game has even come out. Like even with like Sword and Shield had DLC, but those were announced like at least a good couple months after the games had come out. So I guess it is just like a growing issue of the industry as a whole. But no, it's only a problem when Pokemon does it, or like when Nintendo does a thing. And that's another thing I've always noticed and been really fed up with people. I want to draw Emma 2 soon. She's a bit. I really need. The next art stream I do, I definitely have to do some Legends ZA fan art because there are too many good character designs. That is absolutely going to be. It was what I was originally going to do tonight, and then I saw this challenge and I thought, hey, this is fun and can be fun to draw some characters that I like. I haven't had the chance to yet. The problem is there's too many and I'm overwhelmed by choice unless I ask other people to do it. And the overwhelming request for Jacinth, who, understandable, very, very understandable. Even, yeah, yeah. Definitely needs to do some in the future. Maybe even make be a fun game to do a print for, even. Like a Jacinth and Liban print, that would be really fun to do. I also think like a Team MZ print would be really fun to make. I just need to do so much art. I'm feeling very motivated again now. To sell at my stall one day, Kaito, one day. I'll look into it. It's on the cards. Whether or not I get to play those cards is up to life. Man, this is nice. I've been wanting to do my Musume fan art for like ages, but never had the time to do it. Right. I'll probably focus on just doing like the sketches and the line art first, and then focus on getting all of them done, and then do the coloring at the end. A group store would be nice too. Yeah, yeah, I agree. We should all. It'd be nice to all like pitch in together with some of friends and do like a big stall of all our arts. That's why I saw a lot of at MCMs, like some groups sharing an art stall with a friend to help cover costs and whatnot. That was fun. Uh-huh. Can you raise that finger up a little bit? That way she actually looks like she's holding the chopstick. Yeah, I think that looks good. Right, we'll keep it as that for now. I'll come back to color it in a sec. Oh, Stamp Rally. Yeah, yeah, Stamp Rally would be fun. Right, next for I decided is going to be Pit, and I don't even need a reference for this. I know drawing Pit like the back of my hand. I've basically been doing it every single time a Nintendo Direct gets announced. And I'll keep doing it until they finally announce a new game, which basically means I'm going to be drawing a Pit every like couple of months for the rest of my life. He'll be back one day, so we can hope. Let's try and be a little fancy with this one. Give him let's try and be a little fancy with this one. He deserves it. Pit deserves to be given some cool art. I draw him as a little silly guy too much. Uh, One day we'll get a new uprising. One can only hope. I'm manifesting. Thank you. I've been manifesting since the Wii U. Yeah, we got Tomodachi Life. We can get a Kid Icarus one day. Yeah. Kid Icarus will be next. Now that Sakurai's pretty much almost done with Air Riders. Because they have to be letting him do that. They can't just be locking him straight into the Smash Bros. Dungeon, right? Right? This is the part where I chug copium. Oh, who am I kidding? They've already got him in the dungeons, probably. Like the moment Air Riders goes gold, they're like, right, back into your cage, back and make us a Smash Bros. And put Sans in it. Putting the Smash Ball on him, Smash Ball and chain on him the moment Air Riders goes gold. Yeah, I'm really excited for Air Riders. I was going into that game thinking it was just like, oh, I'll pick it up because I'm a Kirby guy and it's kind of it looks cool, but I don't know how long it will last. So I'll pick it up as like an obligation as a Kirby fan. But honestly, it looks so fun. It has, that second direct really justified its potential purchase for me. So I've already pre-ordered my copy. So I'm also really excited to for that online beta they're doing for the game as well. That'll be fun to play. Definitely have to. Hopefully, I can stream one of the sessions of it because I'm going away in mid-November. That's right before the game comes out, which I think is when the second beta weekend is at. Does this look as good as I originally thought it would? Not entirely sure. Air Ride is just very, very fun, and there's more of that. Exactly. I've never played the original Kirby Air Ride, and I was really hoping that before Air Riders came out, they'd pop the original on the NSO. because that would be fun to just like, okay, here's a way we can learn the mechanics of the game for those that are newcomers. But I guess they no real point doing that because they're putting all of Air Ride 1's content into Air Riders. And then I remember that they didn't do DK64 ahead of Bonanza's release, so I have no idea what they're doing with NSO re-releases anymore. I just don't, and I wish I did because there's too many games on there, especially now with GameCube, that need the re-release. Because as much as I like NSO being a service, it is too dang slow with its updates. It's like the one thing I criticize about that service. One of the main tracks, I don't think they're putting in. Well, they're putting in the content that people care about, at least. I feel that's sacrilege to say because I know if Kirby Air Ride folks go mad for City Trial. It'll be fun to stream that game. You're not wrong. Okay, good. It feels sacrilege to say any sort of bad things about Kirby as a Kirby fan. Mm-hmm. Very looking forward to it. Yeah, the map for City Trial looks really, really fun. I'm excited for all the different events as well that mess around with it, like the freaking meteor strike that has the Waddle Dee running away from it. It looks really fun. I'm just excited for next week. We've got the freaking trial for that, and we've also finally got Sonic Rumble coming out. So there's a lot of multiplayer streams next week if I am able to keep to a consistent stream schedule. Which wouldn't that be a freaking Christmas miracle? And I really hope I like Sonic Rumble because that game finally coming out and ending up being not good is going to be my 13th reason. A lot of those events are from the original. I get it, yeah. But I've also never played the original, so it would be nice to finally experience some of them. I think you want to pass on Rumble. I don't blame you. It's been a lot of... I think they've certainly shot themselves in the foot with, obviously, how they've handled the game. I thought Rumble was going to be the Duke Nukem Forever of Sonic, yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of making me lose faith in the game because of the way they handled, like... Obviously, a lot of the pre-release stuff, especially that freaking... pre-game early access thing, where they just kept giving it seasons while the best they could give for a release date on the game was like, we're working on it. Oh, it's more. I think it's more than 6 seasons of content missing, but that is being added into the game proper, because I think they're doing at least a rerun of the movie stuff, and all the content from before that is being added as well, I believe. That's what I remember seeing at the very least. So like all the Black Knight skins they had are getting added and everything. Sorry, I don't mean to be hiccuping. I've only just had dinner right before I started stream tonight. Surely they're gonna have to cram all that in very quickly. Yeah, I worry there's either gonna be not enough content at launch, or too much content. What is Sonic Rumble? Sonic Rumble is like, think of it like Sonic Fall Guys. It's very Fall Guysy. That is like the best way I can describe it. Which, not for nothing, that is a fun idea. It's just everything that happened with like the pre-access and how long it took for the game to come out while said pre-access is still getting content. It's rubbed a lot of people, including myself, the wrong way. And I can only hope that when the game is finally out next week that it will be good. Or, they bloody delay it again. That would be funny. That would just be funny at that point, because then it's just like, wow, you've just spent all this time losing your customers' faith and then just immediately done it again. And I am really picking a lot of difficult poses tonight, aren't I? It's like that, I think. I need to stop just picking such, like, difficult poses for, like, what is supposed to be some, like, warm-up doodles. It's getting a little bit. Yeah, that looks good, I think. I think that looks good. Counterpoint, you want your cool little guy to be doing cool stuff. Eggs, you're so right. I have no one to blame but myself for wanting my funky little guy to be cool. Because it's something I've gotten really complacent in my art, is just like being very basic with my posing, and that's something I definitely need to get better at again. So hopefully doing more art streams will be helpful in that endeavor. I think that was good. Relate so much with struggling with posing. It's like, well, that's why we do it. That's why we have these practice nights where we just try some different poses for a change. Yeah, it's easy to just like pose the character in a 3/4 angle. He smiles. He maybe sometimes has like a hand waving up, but that's about it. Or just DreamWorks face it, and he's just like, yeah, I'm a interesting fellow. I swear. Very easy key art poses, but it's also not super fun. I'm trying to get better at it. I want to do a lot more poses that like showcase the personality, or just have a bit more fun with perspective if I can, because that kind of stuff is fun. If taxing on the brain is like, okay, how do I do this? I've made this bed, how the fuck do I lay in it? Do that better. That's better. There we go. I think that's good. Just gonna do his eyes and his wings. Gotta get that experience first, and so satisfying to look at a pose you finally nailed to. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree very much. A bit of a chin, sort of like covered by his little neck neck scarfy thing that he has for some reason. guess I can talk a little bit about like now that I'm back to streaming, what are like the plans I have for future streams because there's hopefully going to be a fair few. Gonna try and keep at the very least two streams a week if I can. And like my first major game I want to play after like a lot of after a fair few multiplayer streams with obviously Rumble and the Air Ride demo, I want to play Tales of Exilic because that's getting the remaster next this week, and I'm really excited to play that game again. It's gonna be a lot of me being like, the game means a lot to me, but I don't really know how to describe it. So it's just gonna be me like pointing at the screen, like sobbing. It's like, it's so cool. Play the game. That's gonna be a lot of it as well. It's just me being like, play this game, please. Because there's like two campaigns to it, and I'm only gonna really be doing the one. There's like a story for Jude, and there's a story for Miller, and I like them both a lot. So I'm probably just gonna do a. The one I'm more familiar with is the Jude story, so I'm probably gonna start there, and then do a Mila playthrough in my spare time, if I can manage that, because that is also a lot of RPG to be playing. Yeah, that's my first major plan is like a full video game to play whilst get back into streaming. Other ones I want to do is Spyro, like the first Spyro the Dragon, because I think that would be a nice cozy game to play at some point. I think that's Pit line-arted. Might as well throw in his little wing as well. The Let's Player. I'm comfortably trying not to fall into that because I don't want to be like I don't want to be another animator that fell victim to becoming a Let's Player sort of thing, but I guess I am already kind of falling into that. Right. Next up is Cat from Gravity Rush. And I want to do something fun with it, so I'm going to make it upside down. Because like that's the whole thing of Gravity Rush is she has the power to flip the world, and it's very funny. That's another game I really want to play. That's the Aaron Hansen effect. Yeah, exactly. Why do you think I don't want to fall to it? Except you're good at games. You're damn right. Yeah, it's just finding. Obviously, with streaming, it's finding the right balance between still using the skills I've learned over my years with the arting and the animating, and also just like playing video games and chatting with people is really fun. So it's just finding that right mix of the two. And I find just like at least starting with an art stream like this is a good start. Aaron Shea, he deserves it. Oh no, I should do her like she's like got her legs crossed a little bit. She's like floating. She's like floating a little bit, and she's got like her legs crossed and like waving. That's a Gravity Rush is definitely another game I want to throw on that. I want to play that on stream list. That's also going to be another like crying and pointing at the camera. Because man, Gravity Rush is such a good freaking game. And it's like no one talks about it because it's a niche game and PlayStation shut down the studio that makes it because they're cringe. It's on a there's a remaster on PS4. The it being mainly a Vita game certainly doesn't help it from being a very niche game. It's on PS4 though, but I think the PS4 version is also really is a rarity. Well, at least a physical version is rare. It goes on sale fairly frequently though, from what I remember. niche PlayStation games often tend to. It's a game I can recommend like super easily because it's just like this incredibly free world to just fly around in. It's got really good characters and everything. The music is fantastic as well. It has such a fantastic soundtrack. That said, it has been a while since I've drawn cat, so this is going to be. That's why I've got a reference sheet out. Otherwise, it would be not fun. She's just a really fun character. I like. It was like very fish out of water in a lot of ways, but she still has a lot of heart to her. Like she's very. It's almost kind of like a like Insomniac Spider-Man before Insomniac Spider-Man. In a lot of ways, Gravity Rush is. So Cat is just like this very down, despite her gravity powers, a down to earth protector, and it's just really she's really fun. Again, I can't really talk about Gravity Rush without it sounding like I'm that guy pointing at the image with tears in his eyes, and he's just like the thing I do, please. So the best I can say is like I hope to stream it sometimes. I just need to figure out how to stream off of my PS4 with my capture card. And it's also nice to have like a female character that I like that isn't also gratuitously sexualized by like the fandom. That's a nice rarity in these parts. Because I am in far too many fandoms where that is the case. And I just want to like a female character without immediately being insinuated to be a gooner, as the kids say. Because it happens far too fucking much. I should also give her a cat. I really like a cat, Dusty. It's not complicated enough. We have to give her a cat. It's going to be the world's most lazy cat in the world because Dusty doesn't have like any face at all. It's just, it is the concept of a cat. It makes sense. You just need to play the game for it to make sense. All right, now the line art it. Hopefully. Yeah, if anyone has any other like questions, if anyone else has any like questions or anything, just feel free to let them out. Okay, if you say something. There, I said it. I'll have to nudge it on my to plays. I can't recommend it enough. It's so good. It is top 5 favorite games. for me. Gravity Rush is. The ever growing backlog. Yep. Another reason for the starting the streaming again, because I got a lot of backlog to get through. Eventually. Once I'm done with like a lot of the games I want to play that are games I'm familiar with. I love Gravity Rush. Hell yeah. I definitely do need to start more blind playthroughs at some point for the streaming, because it's nice to try and experience a game for the first time with people. It's just about building back up that confidence. Because I think when I tried to play Ocarina of Time, I did it a bit too early. So I was still worrying a lot about trying to be entertaining while also not really knowing where I'm going. There was a lot of that, and that's probably another reason why I ended up falling out of streaming really quick. Did you ever play Resi 4? No, I have not yet, because I am a coward who the only horror things they can manage are Scooby Doo and Luigi's Mansion. It's on the to-do list though. Maybe that would be fun for like a one-off. Like, I don't know if I'd finish the game on stream, but I'd like do a first impressions of it, I think. I love getting. I'm not just not in, especially a lot of horror. I'm just not into. But I think I want to get into more horror, because I think Resi is a very fun looking franchise. Alright, and I know a friend really wants me to play RE5 with them at some point. Not as like a stream game, but as like a co-op game, because I do a lot of co-op games with friends occasionally. Resident Evil's a fun game. So I've heard. I was watching another friend stream it a couple of nights ago. It looked like a fun time. I think it was the original one they were streaming. It's more like an action game than a horror game, to be honest. Yeah, the early games are definitely a lot more horror, but I think that makes them a little bit makes them very interesting to me. Even though I'm the absolute worst when it actually comes to horror games. I really should have grabbed a more clear reference for Cat, because a lot of this reference is really, really pixely. I love trying to search for references that are all just really, really pixely. It's great. Yay! I love loving niche characters. It's my favorite. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of games I think I would want to play on stream for the first time. Like, obviously Zelda stuff, because I definitely need to get back into Ocarina of Time once I'm back in the groove a bit more fully. It's such a shame I left Ocarina of Time in the exact same place I keep leaving my attempts to beat that game, and I really hope that stream would have been the one to really get me to finish and like the game a lot. But hey ho, it's what happens. It's definitely on my to do list when I get fully back into it. But I definitely want to do some like fun streams first. It's pretty common. That was me with Majora's Mask. Oh, don't get me started on Majora's Mask. I don't even think I got to the second dungeon in Majora's Mask. Zelda, I really want to love you, but I'm so terrible at you. Granted, I was the same with Metroid for a long time now, and that's probably that's in my top five Nintendo franchises these days. I want to say. I didn't even get to Zelda to the DS era. My first Zelda was Twilight Princess, and I never finished it again because it was like that was my first Zelda, and it was before I really understood how to Zelda, as they say. And it was very much a case of like, when do I get to be the wolf? And that's like I spent an hour fishing about, and it's just like, okay, I don't get to be the wolf, so trade it. I trade it in. Youngmi was so bad for trading stuff in, and boy, am I paying the price for it now, especially with GameCube games. If only Kid Me knew how much a copy of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness was going to be as an adult. He might have been a bit more liable to hold on to his games. Most of you guys are missing out. We sure are. I sure am. I very much need to Gale of Darkness hurts to hear. It does. Thank frick for an SO. I'm so excited for that game to hit an SO. It's not even real. That's gonna be. That is absolutely a stream game. Because Pokemon games are really fun to stream. Because it's one of those ones I first tried playing. I played it for a little bit when I was first experimenting with a fine lady called Emulation, we shall say. Got to experience it with her and her dolphin. It was really really fun. I didn't finish it though because I lost all of my I lost the freaking USB that had all my emulators on it. So I've only just now started like setting things up again for emulation. For Miss Emulation. I lost her number. She's a lovely lass. She's a lovely lass. She is that Emulation. I just only hope her cousin NSO can catch up. One day. One day her cousin NSO will catch up on that front. Her dolphins and oranges are really good. Yeah, I have not been able to find like a new 3DS emulation. So yeah, because it's one of those ones I'm not too sure if I need to emulate anymore. I do need to find a new one just in case for experiencing emulation with a 3DS sometime. And her distant relative is actually very easy to hack your 3DS, who has a very long name. They do. Always nice to hear from them though, even despite their long name. Don't forget their sister. It's actually very easy to hack your Wii. Yeah, that's true. It's very nice. It's a very nice family. Which is a shame because people always seem to give the wrong idea about them, which is a shame because they're such lovely folks. And their pet duck station too. I'm just faffing about now because it's like it's just the comfort character. It must be perfect. Got to do the comfort character justice exactly. It's just like she's like the one thing that keeps me looking at PlayStation because I know for shit they ain't doing another Sly Cooper. It's just like if they do anything with Gravity Rush, which they probably won't, because Japan Studio got like got rid of Japan Studio, which is such a blunder. But hey, when is having a blunder ever stop PlayStation? Seems to be most of what the game industry does these days. But now for real, PlayStation is so buns with their exclusives right now. Yeah, Gravity Rush. Okay, okay, okay. Let's not let's not toss Apollo's dodgeball here, please. Let's not do that, please. I just gotta draw the cat now. Do not manifest that. I'm just gonna draw her little cat. I'm gonna draw Dusty. And I don't have to be super. I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have that not be my first experience with the game. Certainly not. It's weird. Like my first exposure to cat. I think it was like a video essay on the inspiration for her moveset in PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale because she was a DLC character for that game, and that was the first time I've heard of the game. And then the remaster came out on PS4, and then I played, and that was like very early in my PS4's life while I was waiting for something to play before Ratchet and Clank came out. So it's just like, yeah, I'll pick that up. Why not? And then it became one of my favorite games of all time. But yeah, that's I think we'll call that cat for now. Oh boy, more intricate, detailed female character designs. And I'm gonna go next to Mila. I don't really have a fun idea for this pose. I don't think. I'm just gonna follow her key art and draw with a sword, or maybe some magic. She does have magic abilities. That might be fun to draw. Mila from Tales of Exilia, which is, like I said, a game I'm very excited to see re-releasing this week, which I highly encourage people to pick up, and Grace's remaster as well, because there's a lot of Tales of remasters coming out this year. Oh, that's reminded me. We should save. Don't want to have been drawing for at least an hour now and then have everything all futter away at us because I forgot to save. Thank you for reminding me to save. Also, you're welcome. We gotta help each other out in this artist in this life of an art in the life of an artist. We'll have our sword there. Dangerous game, the game of trusting the autosave. Make the arm a little longer, I think. You guys save your projects? We try to. We try to. Just in case, you can never be too sure sometimes. That's a bit too much. I think that looks good. I'd say why I picked Mila to be like the bite plot character, but that would be spoilers for Exilia, and I want. It's one of those. It's a game I really want to do on stream, or encourage everyone to go pick up because, like I said, this game means an awful lot to me. It was like one of the first RPGs I remember really clicking with. Well, after picking up like Symphonia for. After picking up and playing the crap out of Symphonia, I went to Exilia because it was the next one I could find in the series, and I was like, I want to play more of this. It makes me happy. And Exilia just like blew me away because I love the characters. I like the setting is really cool. He's got like this long hair as well. Might give this a second go over of a sketch for like going onto line art because I'm not too sure about some of my anatomy on that one. Yeah, I might give that a second go over with a sketch. Hey, oh hi Mira, hey Mira, thank you for joining us. Hope you're having a lovely evening. We're just doing some doodling. Currently drawing Mila Maxwell because the Tales of Exilia remaster is out this week and I'm very excited. And you need to pick it up. Do it now. And because I do intend to stream, like I said, I do intend to stream Exilia remastered at some point. Probably going to be picking up the Switch version just because physical release makes brain go brr. And my only other option is Xbox, which is which is my digital console. Just hopping in briefly, just got a quick break mid D&D session. Oh, nice. Hope it's going well. Just taking a quick hydration break. Well, I'm glad you could join us, if briefly, for a little bit, Mira. It's always nice to have you. I miss D&D. I wish we could like get together and organize like a D&D event in the Discord. I think that would be so fun. It's all just like the thing is we'd all want to be taking part of it, and I don't think any of us would be willing to play the DM, if that makes sense. It would be. I wouldn't mind doing either. I guess it's just all about finding the time for us. Finding the time for us to all get together and do, like, creating characters and everything. You're not wrong, yeah. Scheduling is the true final boss. It is. It really. But yeah, I'd be happy to like set that up. I'd love to do like a D&D campaign with friends. I just think that would be a really fun experience, even if I wouldn't be like. I guess like being the DM is like its own reward. You get to have like the fun of making the, of like telling the story and whatnot. I feel like random game nights are fun regardless, and even rarer art nights. Yeah, yeah, those are always fun together. Random thing from me, started playing Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 this morning. Oh, nice! I started playing it not too long ago because I got the Switch 2 Puyo Puyo Tetris S a while back. Oh, you've set off Ashley. You've set off the Tetris person. She loves Tetris. I do need to play more of it because I am absolutely terrible at Puyo Puyo and Tetris, for that matter. It's definitely something I want to. I'm not sure if it'd be something I play on stream, but it'd be something I guess I could try it one night. Do like a Tetris stream where I like open a lobby and have everyone come in to kick my ass. Okay, gotta go back to D&D. But okay, Mira, see you soon. Thank you for popping in, if briefly. Really appreciate it, man. Okay, I'm feeling a little more confident in this now. Just had to give it a little second go over. That's all it needed. Sometimes that's just all it needs. You need the second go over just to make sure your anatomy is correct. And by God, mine wasn't back in that first sketch. So in terms of obviously future streams for next week, we've got Sonic Rumble and just as like a this is a please let the game be good stream, and I also want to do the Kirby Air Ride beta. After that, I might dive straight into Tales of Exilia or one of the other like single player games I want to do, which is Spyro the Dragon again, because I have not played Spyro in a hot minute. Just to like, obviously, I just want to get back into things before I even think about going back to like with Ocarina of Time. As fun as it would be to get back to that, I want to warm back into it rather than start it, be unsure where to go, get frustrated, and then immediately we're back to square one again. It's one that I need to get back into. I need to warm myself up proper before we go back. So Tales of Exilia or Spyro will likely be next. Understandable. I'm glad. It's not. I'm glad it doesn't seem as like, oh, you gave up on this because you're bad. I was like, yes, I am bad, but I want to learn. So we're gonna come back to it when I'm feeling better about it. And I'll get better about it by playing games I know I'm good at and like. Not to say I wasn't enjoying Ocarina of Time, but I know I'm going to like playing Tales of Exilia and gushing about it with chat. Or has way longer than that. Yeah, I want to replay to where I got first and foremost, just to like know where everything is and whatnot. It's frustrating when you get lost, let alone when streaming. Yeah, exactly. That was one of the many reasons we. It was one of the many reasons I kind of got nervous about starting back up. It's why I want to start with some games I know and like first and foremost. Okay, I'm definitely a lot more confident in this Mila now. Her hair might be a bit too maybe a bit too big. Make it a bit smaller. Bring it down. Perfecto. I think that's good. Okay, I can line art now. I think. Right. Mhm. As always, if anyone has any other questions or things they want to ask, feel free to do so. Probably be going for like another hour, 45 minutes or so now. I'll go as long as it takes to like finish up just line arting everyone at the very least, just so we can say we did some decent progress on this. Are you planning on more Crossworld streams? Hey, like I'll probably plan for something else, and then they'll drop like, oh hey, festival time, let's play that, and it's just like, ah, I'll absolutely be playing more Crossworld soon. Hopefully, I'll find a weekend where they're not dropping another festival, so I can actually have a sort of chill stream, and not have to worry about missing out on rewards. Or I'll probably just wait for the next. I'll probably just end up waiting for the next festival because I think probably next one is gonna be. I think it's Ichiban. It's Ichiban or SpongeBob. I think is the next. Is probably gonna be like the next festival thing they do. And it could just be nice to try and get a lobby with folks who are like viewers who own the game, and then play a bunch of races with them as well. So it's either Ichiban or SpongeBob is a phrase only Crossworlds could bring about. Exactly. Yeah, what a sentence. That's another game I'm tempted to potentially stream is Yakuza, because we've got Kiwami re-releasing on Switch 2 next month as well. Plus, we've also got Kiwami Free, which is like that's awesome because Free is like the one I really think needed a Kiwami. While you're playing SpongeBob and not Joker or Miku. I did stream the Miku one like ages ago, like back when I first tried to get back into streaming. I played the Miku festival, and then I was going to play the Steve festival, and that stream fell apart as you'd expect, because it was at the time as I was dog sitting. I hope they fixed the pacing in Kiwami Free. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kiwami Free was definitely where I think a lot of my well, granted, it was I came into the series playing the Kiwami 1 and 2 and 0, so going back to how it was before those games, it was very. I had a lot of problems with it because it was much more clunky and everything. Like nothing felt quite as nice as what I had been used to with the Kiwami games. So I hope Kiwami 3 is good. I need to go back to 4 at some point as well. Because 4 had a lot of issues that I think were even more abundant to me than 3 did, because 4 had a lot of... If you want to talk about pacing issues, 4 has a lot of them, because you're going through the story of like 4 characters at once, or like 4 characters at different times, and it's like there's no pacing to any of them because you're interrupted just as the story on one character is getting good. So I did not come away from what I played of 4 with like the best of impressions. But hopefully, eventually getting back to that soon, we'll fix that. I just need to buy the game again because I don't have my Game Pass anymore. Well, it's not on Game Pass anymore to begin with. And that's probably why I took such a break from any more Yakuza, because they came off Game Pass. And obviously now Game Pass is a lot more expensive and not really worth it, so... Yeah. I'm waiting until they potentially put 4 on the Switch 2 as well. I think 4 doesn't feel like as much of a drag because you're jumping between stories. I felt it dragged because, like, right as one character story got interesting, you were dragged off to play as another character for a bit and set up their story. And then likewise, when their story started getting interesting, you were dragged away to another character. But also because Akiyama. I did like Akiyama. Akiyama was like the one thing I remember from that game I really liked from what I played. So if I go back to that game, it will be for him. Sorry, just had to take a big gulp of drink. What's in this? A little bit of squash. I always love the design of Hilda's sword because it's got like this kind of hilt, and it's one of those swords that's like a big bar, but it's got like a feathery motif on it. It's really cool looking. So it's like that, and like that. It's like that. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Man, can you tell I like this game? I really need to stream it. Like, I can just imagine like anyone who's coming in who's just like being that freaking clip of Plankton from SpongeBob, like, all right, I get it. Except you won't get it until you buy Tales of Exilia, soon to be available on all modern platforms. Not sponsored, by the way. I just really, really like it. And think Bandai Namco needs to put more respect on Tales of name, because boy howdy do they love not advertising these games. Or making them, for that matter. Like, it's okay, Bandai Namco. You can talk about video games you make that aren't just the anime spin-offs. I assure you, people can handle it. They can handle things that you make that aren't anime spin-off games in Pac-Man. Crazy, I know. I don't go here with Tales games, but the designs they're so good. I really like the designs are really cool. I think Exilia is one of my favorites in terms of its designs. My others would probably be I like Asteria's designs a heck of a lot. Like the different designs of the spirits. Pete could be a funny stream game too. I would definitely need to get like it's definitely something I want to put pitch to some of my streamer friends because I think a lot of my streamer friends have already played Peak. So it's definitely something I want to play with some streamer buddies as a fun collab at some point. I had the idea of asking Mal, if another friend of mine who does some streaming as well, if they wanted to do a Kirby's Dream Course collab. We're still trying to iron out time to like get them familiar with the how it plays and whatnot. But one day we can hopefully sort that out. Peak is fun. I think my only experience of it has been with you, Kaito, so it'll have to be definitely need to get a chance to play that again at some point. Yeah, Kirby's Dream Course. That's definitely got to be a stream because that game is so good. Much like the game about flying up a mountain, Kirby's Dream Course is peak. I think that should just about do it for Mila. Nothing I've forgotten. I think it's that. Kirby's always peak. You're so right. That's one thing I really liked. I really liked the frickin' Starcross Worlds for the Switch 2 edition. I think I'm gonna save Majima for last just in case that one we can't get done in time. I'm gonna skip straight to Silver because I mean that will take like 5 seconds. Because I am insane about this character. Absolutely. Like a good chunk because I have a corkboard on my work area and like a good quarter of it at this point is dedicated to Silver. Because I am so normal about this character, guys. You have no idea. Starcross World's got me wanting to cosplay a character who is not present in the game. Yeah, that'll happen. I'm slowly realizing I like a lot of characters with the ability to float. And yet only Silver is the one, like, float and fly, and realizing that Silver is the only one of them that can do it without some kind of, like, assistance from another character. I've drawn so much Silver so much show this year. Because there was that whole art trend of people making the Silver game that Sega is too afraid to do. And man, that trend was so fun. I did a fair amount of drawing for that one. It was so fun. And it's true, we need a Silver game. It's like easily I think the one with the most potential at this point. After he shows up in Sonic 4, yeah, you're so right. I can't wait for him to be the post credit sequence in Sonic 4. And then I have to wait until 2029 for like the year of Silver. and they spend the whole year being like laughed at by most of the fans because they don't think Silver has the sauce, even though he totally does have the sauce. I also think it might be time for like Knuckles and Tails to get their own like side adventures, considering how Sonic Frontiers ends really like openly, of like everyone going their separate ways and going on their own journeys, and we probably won't see any of that because it will all be off screen development. Everyone's favorite. Sega and mishap. New Knuckles against Red Team Spot the Colors game. Yes, that would be so cool. Especially they've recently had their 30th anniversary as well, I believe. Crazy to think they're like they've been part of this series for that long, and yet their classic counterparts are just like gone, like a fast-paced world. Yeah, Knuckles can be the one that gives us the freaking Streets of Rage style beat 'em up. That would be cool. And like all the different chaotics are part of like different attributes. Like SBO is like the fast hitter that doesn't have much power. Like Charmy is has a lot of like aerial maneuverability, but is very brittle. And then Vector is like the slow heavy hitter with like good range. That'd be fun to see. I'd love to see them go for like a Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge style beat 'em up game for Sonic. I think it would be such a fun idea for the series. I'm not sure what they do for a Tails game though. Maybe that would be how we finally get the second attempt at a Sonic RPG. Unless they want to do that with Amy and make it like a Paper Mario sort of thing. That's actually a game I'd love to see. I'd love to see another take on a Sonic RPG. I think if they did a Silver game, it'd probably be something more akin to like a Metroidvania, but like a Sonic style Metroidvania. So you have like a lot of speed options. Silver gains new psychic abilities that help him to traverse like the ruined future he comes from, sort of thing. It's the sort of thing I'd love to make like a concept pitch for, but not really got much of an attempt at that. Another attempt at Metroidvania Fair Tales. Tales would also really work for a Metroidvania. I guess it just depends on which one they feel like using at the time. Mm-hmm. That's another game I want to try. I want to try Tales Adventure at some point. Tales Adventure was a Metroidvania, so it's got history. Yeah, I agree. I think they should try it with Tales first, and then if it goes well, they try and translate that style to something with Silver. It's on my to do. That's another one that's on my to do list is Tales Adventure because I've never played like past the first couple areas because it was always one of those games was like I wasn't sure what else to play while I had like the gems collection, so I would just like potter about on random games and stumbled upon it. I think it's one of the Game Gear games they added to Sonic Origins Plus as well, so that might be how I check it out because I did Triple Trouble through that when Superstars was coming out. So I have to see if that's on there as well. I love just starting to completely ignore my sketch and just go with parts that I think look better, like better anatomy on some areas. I think I remember my mom saying once that Tails is her favorite. Tails was my favorite for like years until one day Brain decided to get really, really normal about Silver the Hedgehog for some reason. I could not tell you why. I just think he's cool. He's cool and has so much potential that Sega does not capitalize on. I love his relationship with Blaze as a friend, as friendship with Blaze, or relationship. You never know. They could do the smoochies eventually. This is making me really want to play some more Crossfolds now that there's. It'd be nice to take a break now that there's no events going on at the minute. Actually, try and level up my rank a little bit because I was starting to. In terms of main character tales for my favorites, I'll give it now shifted more towards Shadow. Shadow's okay. I think my issue with Shadow comes not from his character because I like his character a lot. It's just like the Shadow fans get everything. Like Shadow will breathe and he's given like a spin off and a leading role. When like I think they've kind of done most of what they can do with Shadow, especially with Shadow Generations. Like we've had him explore his past. We've had him getting over his memories of Maria. We've basically done most of what we can do with Shadow at this point, and I don't really. It'd be nice to give that sort of attention to another character because there's a lot of characters that need it. Silver and Blaze. I'm sorry. Did I just say something? I must have been a cough. And that's not even me being like normal about those characters. Like Blaze has an entire dimension that's barely been talked about, and it's just like I know Ian Flynn wants to do something with that, but I think Sega stopped him on sometimes, which is such a shame because I think it could lead to so much potential. Like what does the soul dimension of Knuckles look like? What does a soul dimension version of Amy look like? Do the soul emeralds have the same kind of powers as the chaos emeralds, and if so, what do they do? What's like what is Blaze's rogues gallery like if she hasn't killed them all from what I've read in the IDW comics? It'd be such an interesting world to explore, and they just seem so afraid of doing so for some reason. And then just stick Blaze in every single spin off ever. Or maybe I'm just weird and like characters that are mostly spin off fodder. Alright. Soul Amy's a confrontational goth girl. Yes. Tell me more. Tell me more. Kaito, like, as if on cue. No, Soul Dimension Amy is like a Sundari goth lesbian. that would actually be a fun stream, like coming up with Soul Dimension versions of everyone, because Blaze is just like such a contrast to Sonic in so many different areas that it would be interesting to see what like the reverse of everyone else would be like. All right. I'm okay. Think I'm getting really tired now, so I think I'm going to. I think it's gonna call it a stream. What is Soul Dimension? Soul Dimension is the dimension that Blaze comes from in Sonic Rush and whatnot. We call it the Soul Dimension because it's the Soul Emerald rather than the Chaos Emeralds, so I just like to call it the Soul Dimension. Right. I think I'm gonna call it a stream there because I'm getting a wee bit cramped in here. It's been nice. It's been nice just doing some quick doodles while I try and get back into the rhythm of the stream, and I hope you all enjoyed like the conversation and just enjoying the doodles and whatnot. I will hopefully be back on Friday for Halloween with some Luigi's Mansion, and that will hopefully be a fun stream. Let me just see. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm going to see if I can raid someone real quick. I'm going to see if I can raid a friend who's currently streaming. Is anyone streaming? Mar Hayden. Yeah, I think I'll send you over to Jess. I'll send you over to my friend Jess, who's playing some Resident Evil. How convenient. We were talking about that just earlier. Alright, so I'm going to send you all over there, and I hope you all have a lovely, respective evening or time zone or wherever it is you are at the minute. And I hope to see you all again very, very soon. So until next time, everyone, bye-sies!